the 18 WJTS News, good evening, I'm Charlotte Olson. A pair of Jasper residents were placed under arrest on Thursday morning for their involvement in a burglary that took place at a Northside Jasper residence last weekend. Last Saturday, Jasper police took a complaint from a resident of Bear Cliff Parkway who told police that their garage was attached to their home and had been burglarized. Police say through the course of their investigation, they found that 35-year-old Nicholas King and 25-year-old Karen Sublet, both of Jasper, were seen with items matching the descriptions of what the victim's property had been stolen, as well as the day of the incident was reported to authorities. Police say witnesses were interviewed and a search warrant was applied to obtain through the Du Bois County Circuit Court for King's and Sublet's residence Thursday morning. During the execution of the search warrant, numerous items belonging to the victim was recovered inside King's and Sublet's home. King was taken to and booked into the Du Bois County Security Center, while Sublet will be summoned at a later date. Both face a level 4 count of burglary and a level 6 felony count of theft. All recovered items were returned to the victims. While the month of April was National Child Abuse Prevention Month, the awareness is an ongoing initiative, and many advocates continue to exercise their role to inform the community around them. The Du Bois Court-appointed special advocates are an example of volunteers who also do their part in being a resource of information as they take on the role of advocating for children who have been in an abusive or neglected environment. Program Director Dina Hubler has been with the organization since 2005, beginning as a volunteer along with Director John Seibert. Hubler elaborates on where Du Bois Court-appointed special advocate stands today in terms of volunteer growth and client reception.
Right now we have 33 volunteers, and this has grown over the years as our need to serve children has grown. Right now we have 7 children on a waiting list who are in need of a volunteer. We have 88 children currently on our caseload, and as I said, 7 of those are on a waiting list. We have 54 families that we're serving, and so to get to the point where each volunteer would only have 1 case, we would need to have about 50 volunteers total.
Hubler says a few years ago there was only 17 advocates, but due to the rising need for advocates based on caseloads, it has increased. She says when during her time as a volunteer, she was excited to learn that she did not have to have special field experience such as being a lawyer or a social worker to be an advocate. Now, back in 2008, she became program director and says she appreciates her role as a director because she says it allows her to guide and empower volunteers with resources to learn about the process, and they work together on providing support for children. She also says that the impact of being a volunteer has guided all the volunteers towards the interest in becoming foster parents. She says that some volunteers have considered being both a volunteer and a foster parent. Hubler says and encourages those volunteers to consider being foster parents always.
That takes a special heart, and we have a huge need for foster parents in Du Bois County. Other people, they use CASA as a way to find out more about the system and how things work, and then we have had a couple that have moved on and decided that foster parenting was something that they would like to do, and that's great. So either way, it's helping children, it's just in a different way, and we need both.
To learn more about the Du Bois County Court-appointed special advocates, volunteer testimonials, or general information, you can visit their website at www.duboiscountycasa.org. Pavement work is planned that will restrict access to Washington Street in Huntingburg today. Officials with the city of Huntingburg say that beginning today, Washington Street will be closed between 5th and 7th Streets due to the paving work. They say weather permitting, the street will be closed through next Tuesday, June the 21st. There will be no access to the road during the course of the pavement work, and parking will not be permitted anytime. For more information, you can contact Rachel Steckler at the Huntingburg City Hall at 812-683-2211 or email at rsteckler@huntingburg-in.gov. Thursday night, the Southwest Du Bois School Board reviewed a long list of personal considerations under new business. There were various categories considered where the majority came from summer school personnel. All proposed considerations were approved by the board, and 28-year-old Breanne Rainey, a Huntingburg native, is a new hire for the school corporation and was also on hand at the meeting. Rainey will be an educator for the Southridge Middle School as a special education teacher during the regular school year. She's a 2006 graduate of Southridge High School who then expanded towards the higher education path at the University of Southern Indiana, graduating in 2011. She has a degree in elementary education and special education, and she ventured into the working field. She was able to work within the Southwest Du Bois School Corporation through subbing positions and then hired in the Tell City School District. At the Tell City District, she has been teaching the special needs preschool for the past 5 years. Rainey shared that her interest in becoming an educator developed through her higher academic education and life experiences. She came about her career vocation when she first majored in college with physical therapy and worked with a young woman who had special needs. Rainey states that after meeting this young woman, it changed her life and her career aspirations that encouraged her to change majors to elementary to special education while at ISU. Once Rainey established herself in her new career path at ISU, she said it allowed her to meet 12-year-old Jacob with special needs who also had difficulties with his health. She shared that Jacob had passed a few years ago and that she reflects on the time that she spent with Jacob.
I switched majors and decided to go for elementary education and special education. I later, once I was in Evansville, I took care of a little boy. He was 12 years old with special needs, and he had a lot of problems, a lot of health issues. And, you know, there's those times when you just question yourself, like, do I really want to be a teacher? Is this the right thing, you know? And a couple years ago, he passed away, and it was just, at that time, I thought, you know what, this is exactly where I'm supposed to be. This is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. And it just kind of instilled that in me more. And, you know, I want to help kids like Jacob and others as well. But, you know, I think that everybody deserves a chance. Everybody deserves the same opportunities, and I just want to help them to get there.
Rainey states that she knows she wants to help students succeed and looks forward to the new school year. She and her husband have a 2-year-old son, and they are currently in the process of building a house in Huntingburg. A prominent Jasper company and a historic Spencer County monastery were recently recognized by the American Heart Association as 2 of 48 Indiana companies and organizations across the state as fit-friendly work sites for their efforts in promoting physical activity and health in the workplace. This is all going on during the spring 2016 application cycle. Employees of the National Office Furniture Division of Jasper-based Kimball International and the St. Meinrad Arch Abbey in St. Meinrad are part of more than 107,000 employees who work for those companies. Both garnered a gold rating, and last fall, 58 Indiana companies earned fit-friendly worksite recognition for a total of 106 companies during the year. Nationally, the association recognized just under 2,400 companies during the application cycle. The Fit-Friendly Companies program is a catalyst for positive change in the American workforce by helping companies make their employees' health and wellness a priority. The Fit-Friendly Companies program offers a unique, easy-to-implement opportunity for corporations to increase employees' physical activity, which will then help improve their health and their employees' bottom line. American employers are losing an estimated $225.8 billion a year because of healthcare expenses and also health-related losses in productivity, and those numbers keep on rising. Employers face $12.7 billion in annual medical expenses due to obesity alone. The American Heart Association is working to change corporate cultures by motivating employees to start walking, which has the lowest dropout rate of any physical activity. For more information about the Fit-Friendly Companies program and how it is helping to improve the health of Americans by focusing on an activity that is convenient, free, and easy, you can visit www.startwalkingnow.org. Keep it right here, because up next we'll take a look at your weather summary.